friends, welcome back to Belle's Library. Today we are going to be rolling for my Bookoplathon TBR for the month. I'm really excited to be participating in this readathon. If you guys have not checked out Becca in the Books and her channel, she is awesome. She comes up with all kinds of great ideas, and every month she plays Bookopoly. And occasionally, I think it's once or twice a year, I'm not sure, but she does Bookoplathon and she makes a Bookopoly board for everyone to play for the month, and so we're going to be playing, and I'm beyond excited. I haven't gotten to do one of her readathons yet, so this one's going to be great. So in her Bookopoly, she does 5 rolls, except for if you roll a double, then you have to add on rolls, and so that's what we're going to be doing. Luckily, Belle's Bookland was nice to me, and I was able to only have 5 books on my TBR, so check out that video from yesterday. I'll have it for you guys up top and down below so you can see how that went. And then we also talked about the Magical Readathon in that video, so you can see my TBR for that. So there's some books on my Magical Readathon TBR that I definitely am wanting to try and get into this rolls going on, so I don't have too many books going on, so hopefully that will happen. And yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. If you are new here, definitely subscribe, and I have my Instagram and Goodreads down below for you guys, so you can check those out as well, and we can talk bookish everywhere. Okay, and I think we are ready to go ahead and head to the board and get our first roll going. Okay guys, so I have Chip, who I usually play with Belle's Bookland. He is on go, and we're gonna go ahead and roll. So we're doing the 5 rolls. So that's gonna be a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we got monsters in the purple there. All right, so the first roll was a purple, and it was monsters. So basically we are going to be reading a book with some kind of monsters in it. Could be literal monsters, could be figurative monsters, like a monstrous person or something like that. Some kind of monstery something. So for this one, I am going to do Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, and I'm reading this with Rye from Rye's Reading Corner. So we're going to buddy read this one, and I'm really excited to get into it. And I would say it has a little bit of some monstrous creatures, as well as, I think, monstrous people. So that's where we're going with this one. I think it says, let me see if it says it on here. Yeah, so it says that there's like snow leopards and vengeful spirits. So that's kind of what I was thinking, like as far as actual monsters, but then there's also like a really awful sounding crown prince who wants to like eradicate magic, and he's like targeting and killing all the magi in this world. So anyways, basically we're following this land of Orisha used to have like a ton of magic, and then one night it all disappeared, and the kingdom basically wanted to eradicate all the magic from this world, and so they're hunting down the magi and such. And we are following our main character Zelly, and she is going to be teaming up with the rogue princess, and they're going to try at the last chance they have of bringing magic back into this world, and they're also kind of facing off with the crown prince, who is going around trying to just eradicate it everywhere he possibly can. So there you go. That's the first book. And of course it's a chunky fantasy, which works perfect for Becca because that's like what she reads. She loves it. Let's see what's next. 7. Okay, we've got history in the orange. All right, so then we got an orange history, and for this one's actually kind of perfect because it matches the color, but we're gonna do Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. We got some orange vibes happening, but this one we've got a historical fiction type setting. This is set in 1969. So we have this marsh girl, Kaya, and she's kind of just like this barefoot wild child, and she learned all of her life lessons from the land, and she has grown up, I believe, without parents, and then we're in 1969 and this murder happens to this very popular guy, and everybody's trying to blame her on it. So I believe there's kind of this like historical fiction aspect and coming of age story for her, but then there's also this kind of murder mystery aspect in here as well. But it's definitely going to work for this because we are in a historical setting. And here's roll number 3. Oh, and we got a double, so we'll have to do another roll. 12. Okay, so we have a poll pick. Okay, so the next roll we got a poll pick. And for this one, I was thinking that I would go ahead and have a poll put up to choose my Buzzwordathon book for the month. And the word this month is dark. And I couldn't decide between Dark Places by Gillian Flynn and The Devil in the Dark Water by Stuart Turton. And so I put a poll up, and Dark Places by Gillian Flynn won. And so we're going to be reading this one, which is kind of okay because I think this one's a little bit shorter and hopefully I'll be able to fly through it. And Rye was like, it's amazing. I've read one other Gillian Flynn book, and it was just like a short one, The Grown Up, and it's like 60 pages or something, and I did enjoy it, so I'm excited to read more of her books. But this one, we're following this girl Libby, and when she was 7, her mom and her 2 sisters end up getting killed in this Satan sacrifice ceremony, and she testifies that it was her brother Ben, and he ends up in prison. And flash forward 25 years, and now we have this society who is trying to like clear his name or something, and they're trying to find her and get all the details they can out of her. And so Libby sees a way to kind of make some money off of it. So she decides that she's going to kind of investigate and try and find out a bunch of information, and then she's going to sell it to this society and make them pay her for it. So that's kind of what I understand of it, but yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. This is going to be number 4. We've got a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. LGBTQ plus rep in the green. All right, number 4. We got LGBTQ plus rep, and I have been trying to read this book. It has been on a couple TBRs for the Buzzwordathon and such, and I can't seem to get to it, but this is supposed to be my July Buzzwordathon book, so we're gonna make it on an actual TBR so I get to it. So we've got One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I need to just read this. I literally have had it for like, yeah, this is gonna be my 3rd month, so need to read it already, and so we're gonna make it happen. This, we are following August and Jane, and they meet on a subway train in New York City, and they kind of, you know, have a little insta-love moment, but I believe Jane, she is stuck in the 70s, and she's stuck on this train, and they're trying to figure out kind of what's going on and how to help her, and also falling in love a little bit. And I believe there's a really fun friend group of August that she lives with, like all of these people, and I don't know, there's like another mystery aspect. I know there's a few other kind of things sprinkled in here as well, but we're mainly following these 2 girls. I enjoyed Red, White, and Royal Blue, but not as much as I was hoping to by her, so I'm really curious as to if I'm gonna like this one a little bit more, or if she's just not gonna be an author that's like super for me, but way excited to see how this one goes. And the 5th roll went off the camera, but we had a 4 there, so that's 10. Okay, so that is a TBR vet. Okay, we got roll number 5 here. So this is not technically my last roll because I did roll that double earlier. So we're almost there, but I got TBR vet, and we're gonna do Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I have been wanting to read this book for quite a while. I am really excited to get into it. I think it's gonna be amazing, and I haven't read a sci-fi for a little bit, so it's gonna be nice to kind of mix this in here for sure. We are following Sansa pronunciation. I've got some names I gotta figure out this month for sure. And this one, so basically, like, the human race, the last of what is left, is on this like remote planet, and they keep getting attacked by these mysterious alien starships, And Sansa, she's always wanted to be a pilot, and she finds this like ancient kind of broken down ship, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to try and fix this ship up and be able to go to flight school, and we're going to make this happen, except for the ship seems to have some kind of soul to it, and may not totally agree with her on making this happen. But that's my general understanding of this. I'm excited to get into it. I love space stuff when it comes to sci-fi, so I'm really hoping this is up my alley, and it's gonna be my first Brandon Sanderson. So I know Becca really loves Brandon Sanderson, so I don't know. I've got some Becca vibes kind of moving into this, and I think she just read One Last Stop, or she's going to as well. So yeah, we've got some vibes going. It's good. And then since we did get a roll of doubles, we have a 6th roll here. And we got 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we get to do one of the chance cards. So the chance cards have books on them that I'm going to read, and I mainly did like some fall reads and like mystery, thriller, horror, things that are set in like maybe small towns or have some kind of fall vibe to them. Some I'm more interested in than others, but we'll go ahead and pull this top card, and we have The Deepest Roots by Miranda Acevedo. Okay, so for our last bonus roll for having those doubles, we got a chance card, and these were just cards that I basically wrote like 6 books from my fall and spooky list I was telling you about that. Oh, I didn't tell you about this on this one. That was in the other TBR video. I made a fall and spooky reads list that I was like, oh, some good books that I want to try and get into. They have like witchy books and thrillers and horror and mystery, as well as like some small town vibes type books and academic settings and magical realism. So I just put some of those books in the chance cards. Some of them were ones that I really wanted to read. Some were like, I want to read, but not like as much as some of the other ones. And so that's how we got The Deepest Roots by Miranda Acevedo. This one is magical realism, which for me, I feel like, I don't know why, but fall is like magical time, right? We're getting into like spooky season, which is Halloween, which means magic to me. I don't know. I like magic in the fall. So that's why I've got a couple of magical realisms in there, and that's where this one kind of came in. So we are in Cottonwood Hollow, and it's a very strange place because all girls that are born here end up having some kind of special treat. Like they can heal any wound or fix any object or something like that. So some kind of small little trait that they have. And we're following Rome, Lux, and Mercy, and they all have their own unique talents, but they also sometimes feel like they're curses, and they have some secrets. So it's kind of their friendship story between the 3 of them. We got some secrets, some friendship stuff, some trust stuff. That's just kind of what I got. That's my general knowledge. I read another book by her. Oh my gosh, I can like see the cover, but I cannot think of the name of it for some reason. It's green. It's got these green flowers. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was good. I'll put a picture up here so you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm excited to get to this one and have some more fall vibes with that. Okay, so here is the Bookopoly TBR for Bookoplathon. Children of Blood and Bone, Where the Crawdads Sing, Dark Places, One Last Stop, Skyward, and Deepest Roots. That is a pretty good looking TBR. Like, oh man. But I know some of these did end up on my magical readathon TBR, so that's perfect. And it's going to be just wonderful. So definitely check out my other TBR video if you haven't already, so you can see what I've got going on over there as well for the month. And I think between the two, I've got 11 books total for the month to read. Plus, I know I have a couple other books that didn't end up on TBRs that I would like to get to as well. So it's going to be interesting, but it's going to be good. Let me know down below if you guys are participating in Bookopoly, and also throw a dice emoji down there if you're not feeling super chatty, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.